Hey, what's up? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're alive. I'm glad you're here. I hope you had a chance to tell yourself you love yourself today, and that you're proud of yourself. It's the first of the month, or second. It's May. Got my first run in. I wanted to just kind of recap and talk about why I'm doing this, why I'm running. I went and I got my third pair of running shoes at Fleet Feet, and I met this worker there, and she said that she's running Tokyo this year, and got a chance to talk to her a little bit. And she said she also started running after she got a divorce. And she asked me, like, after the race, I told her I came in to get another pair of shoes because my Brooks had like 350 miles on them, and I'm probably gonna put another 100 miles on them. But I want to rotate them out and only use them when I, like when I'm running in the rain or not running long distance. I'm working more of speed. I can feel the difference, on those shoes and these Asics. I'll probably do a video on just running, but this video is more of why I run. The lady, she said, "Why are you running so much?" She's like, I told her I wanted to do another marathon this year, and she's like, "Yeah, even pros, like, they just do one marathon," and all this stuff she was telling me. And I heard her, but people have no idea why I'm doing this. And I guess this is why I'm doing this, to try and figure out, what am I running towards, or what am I running from? I was married for 13 years. I got married at 20, 21. Had 3 beautiful kids. We did foster care and all that stuff. We had adopted a girl, and she moved out. She thought she was grown, and so we've had multiple kids in the house at once. We did a lot together, and in 2023 or 2024, I lost a lot of work, and I was struggling a lot with my identity. I do like documentary field producing. I'm a producer and a shooter, and pretty much anytime I can get on set, I'll try to jump on. But 2024 was probably the worst year in my business that has been going for 5 years, and I really took a hit. And then I think the other things that bothered my ex just became louder. They became more of a nuisance, and I gave in to trying to appease her and make her happy, and I put her first, and I think that's where I messed up. She lost respect for me. I'm not saying this because I need you to feel sorry for me. I want to, I guess one of the biggest needs that I have, or flaws, whatever you want to call it, is a need to be understood, where I'm coming from. So 13 years. We separated in September. I started running. Probably ran about 70 miles that month. And I was contemplating doing a marathon, doing the half. I got a job in Kona, Hawaii, to do this documentary of a double amputee named Billy Monger. He was a Formula F4 racer, and dude lost both of his legs, and we filmed him in Kona doing an Ironman. 100 miles, bike ride, a 2-mile swim, and a marathon. And that's when I had decided, man, if this guy can beat the record and have all this stuff go against him and do an Ironman, it's like, what's holding me back from doing a full? And so that's when I decided to go balls deep. As I'm in that trip, I watched the U-Haul pull up and from the Ring camera, and watched my family pack up and leave and move an hour away. I take 100% responsibility for the things that happened and the mistakes that were made, but I can't deny the fact that it hurt. So running was my way of just trying to cope. My family's, drug addicts and alcoholics and all this stuff like that. And it would have been really easy for me to turn that route. But I had been there and I'd done that at a young age. I did a lot of stupid stuff. Before the age of 14, I probably did more than people did in their entire lifetime. And it's not something I'm proud of. But I wanted something more. And looking back, I think my ex did me a favor. I was able to focus on myself, give myself a second chance, pursue the things that I needed to pursue, which at my core, that's really what I wanted. The hard part is not realizing how extremely difficult it was going to be to be away from my children and not knowing, what's being said or done, or, but I have no control over that. That's one of the things I allow to happen. And so I started running 100, 130, 150 miles a month. Not yet. I do want to do an ultra marathon one day, but I started running 150 miles a month on the high end. And I looked on the Nike app and it said that I was like the top 10% in runners as far as like getting distance in. And never in my life would I have thought that. Never in my life would I have thought that. And if I would have been allowed to be crippled by the doubt, the hurt, the rejection, the abandonment, it would have been a different story. And so I ran my first marathon in January. I thought I was going to be closer to 7 hours, but I was at, my official time was 6 hours and 18 minutes. When I first started running, my average time was 20 minutes. And it's down now to 10 minutes and 30 seconds, 11 minutes, which isn't the best, but for me, man, it's the only thing I'm concerned about, and is getting these miles in, this distance in. And I'm still doing, I think last month I did 115 miles. And I'm running, I'm like a huge extrovert. I have a hard time being alone, and I think, running for an hour and a half 3 times a week really forces me to deal with the demons, the things that I, choose to ignore and stay busy. But yeah, that's why I'm running. I'm running also to make my kids proud. I want to be someone they admire. I allowed my health to get to a horrible point. I'm 5'5", I'm 5'6" on Tinder, but I was 210 pounds, and most people are fat, are poor, and are lazy. So I'm not rich. So at least I could just try to do is not be fat, and it gave me a sense of power. seeing that my body could do these things and heal, it was just like incredible. It gave me this burst of just energy. And seeing that, you know, now on the Nike app, I'm like averaging, I think, top 20% every month on when I run. And seeing that, like, most of my dopamine just starts hitting on the last 20% of my runs. It's something incredible. And this is why I'm running 100 miles a month. I'm running to stay out of my head. I'm running to achieve something bigger than me. I'm running to find answers. I'm running from my problems, in a sense. Yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Answer's not super clear, but you know, maybe this will help you take some inventory of what you need to be doing in life. I appreciate you for tuning in. I love you. Take care of yourself. No one's going to give you health. No one's going to give you your dreams. It's up to you to go and get them. Going outside, clocking in some miles, and doing something that you're proud of. I love you. Take care of yourself. Don't give up. Keep going.